Donald Trump accepted the Republican Party's nomination for President of the United States Thursday night, completing his hostile takeover of a party that once mocked and shunned him. People are still talking about Senator Ted Cruz's self-immolation on the floor of this convention hall Wednesday night, where he refused to endorse Donald Trump. I had a front row seat to that and to the insults that were thrown at Senator Cruz's wife, Heidi, as she was rushed from the convention hall amid fears for her safety.
I see the frustration. I see the frustration of $19 trillion worth of debt.
Goldman Sachs.
I see the frustration of countries in the real world.
I voted the man at one time.
We're going to give you the delegate's eye view to what the New Jersey delegation saw. When Ted Cruz started speaking, he actually had the audience in the palm of his hand, and you could have heard a pin drop as he talked about the murder of a Dallas police officer.
Maybe it's because I saw a video of that dear, sweet child choking back sobs as she remembered her daddy's last question to her.
You never know who you're going to run into walking around the halls of the convention.
It's the garbage man. Hey, how's it going?
One of those yelling the loudest, just feet from the stage, was New Jersey State Senator Mike Doherty, who endorsed Donald Trump even 4 months before Governor Christie. He was the first New Jersey politician to do so. He told me what it feels like.
It was rah-rah, and let's go, beat 'em.
Now, back in the light of day, the New Jersey delegation gathered for their breakfast meeting before the day's events begin, and their speaker was the head of their party, Governor Chris Christie. Christie certainly didn't waste any time lambasting Cruz, did, but actually moved on to a far more introspective look at things.
The clock is running out on my time as governor, and as my time as the leader of this party. And inside this room, I suspect, there are at least some people who may be considered for that leadership.
Christie's been downright introspective several times that I've covered him. You can tell that he's feeling the passage of time more than ever before.
I'll definitely be watching. And I'll participate to the extent that it's appropriate for me to do so. But I want you to not allow New Jersey to become a back row player in Republican national politics.
New Jersey's political parties are pretty entrenched. I don't expect anything different to come from Democrats at the Democratic National Convention. Maybe, just maybe, the establishment will evolve and survive even Donald Trump.
All right, thank you, Alex. And now inside the convention hall to Jim McQueen of NJ Now. Jim, what's the scuttlebutt inside?
Well, it's still ringing with the Cruz booing, I think, here. And in fact, this morning outside at the breakfast that Chris Christie was talking about, he gave what was really sort of a low-key address, a very long one. But on the other hand, he talked about this Cruz betrayal, I guess is what they thought. He chillingly likened it to Senator Lindsey Graham talking once about Senator Cruz and how unpopular he is in the U.S. Senate. He told the story that, as Lindsey Graham said, if Cruz had been murdered on the floor of the Senate in full session, 99 other people would swear they never saw a thing happen.
Wow. Good Lord.
Tough.
Jim, what's next for Governor Christie? How's he been doing out there? How's he faring?
He actually toned it down a little bit. He's gotten a little mellow.
Mellow Christie.
One of the things he was talking about was his legacy already. He still has a year and a half left in office, but he was talking legacy. But interestingly, though, he did not mention a single person as his successor, except for John Bramnick by name.
How about that?
That's the Assembly Minority Leader. That's a big deal if you're John Bramnick, and it's also a bad deal if you're someone like Lieutenant Governor Guadagno.
I'll say. How do you expect the Democratic convention in Philadelphia to be any different or the same?
Democrats get a second chance to make a first impression in Philadelphia. They know what's been said here. They can play on some of the chaos that's here. They also have to sort of bulk up another message for Hillary, who has very hard and high negatives.
Ian Bagg, you'll be at the Stress Factory this weekend. We count on politicians to give us fodder for a laugh. Are they holding up their end of the bargain?
Well, I just want to ask the one question. How tough was it to get a 50-year-old something white guy like Jim into that convention?